Hey guys, Darren here. Welcome to Mayhem Country Living. I want to touch base with you on a couple of things that had happened that were odd. We are in the process of moving. Well, rather, we have moved. We're in the process of selling this property, and so there's a couple of things that we need to do around the property, cleaning up, clearing up, adjusting, tweaking things, and stuff like that. And we've been doing that. We do have a contract on the property, so we'll be closing the end of the month. And there's so that is fantastic. I'm very grateful for that. And it's going very well. I will say that. You can see the clouds behind me. Those are called mare's tails. It means we're going to have some sort of rain coming in the next day or so. That wispy stuff. But after Thanksgiving, it has become a tradition in my family, me and the hooch, that we go get our Christmas tree. And before we do that, we'll go to the movies, something like that. So we took one of the grandkids and Samantha, our daughter, to the movies. Watched the movie. It has been probably, it's been a year since I've gone to the theater. I don't much care to go to the movies anymore. I pay to have all that crap sent to the house, and I have no desire to sit in the dark with people behind me that I don't know. And yes, I carried a gun. We got to the theater, got our popcorn and our drinks, and walked up to our seats. They have, because of this COVID, they have this stuff distancing, a row in between people. So there was a family behind us, a husband, a wife, 3 children. And so we walked up to our seat, which was one space down. As always, I talked to anybody. I nodded my head and I said, "Good evening, how are y'all doing?" To the man. And he looked at me and he looked away and his eyes got big and he didn't say anything. And I thought, what is this about? And I talked in my normal voice like I did, and so you don't hear me. I raised my voice and I said, "Hey, how y'all?" And he looked at me and then looked away and wouldn't say anything. And I thought, that is crazy. So I looked to his wife and I said, does he talk? And she looked at me and her eyes got big and she said, "Yes, he talks." I said, "Good evening. We're going to watch the movie too. I hope y'all are doing well." And she said, "Oh, yes, we're fine. We're fine. We're just here to sit and watch the movie." And I said, "All right." I said, "Y'all have a good evening." And I saw fear in his eyes and in his wife's eyes. I don't know if I saw it in the kids. I didn't really look at the kids. And I thought, what the hell has the world been reduced to? What is this that's going on? You're afraid to talk to someone in a movie theater before the movie starts. And I did not think very much of that man, I have to say. And then I recall having listened to someone talk about having grace and being graceful, not being fluid in motion, but having grace in you and being graceful. And I got to thinking about that, and then I thought I was not graceful. I did not have grace in me when I talked to that man because I was annoyed that he wouldn't even say, "Hey, yes, no, get up, move away, get away from my family," or anything like that. He just sat there and cowed like a beat dog. And you know what? I should have had more grace. It was my fault because I'm not a bully or a mean person. I should not have done that. And that is something I have to work on, because it just struck me as wrong how a man initially would not say anything to me, at me, towards me, hey, no, yes, get away, anything like that, like I said. And that his wife would be the one to respond, and he would just sit there looking away. These are strange times we are living in. That is no excuse not to have grace in you around friends, family, and strangers. That was my fault. That's something I have to work on, because I was not patient enough and understanding. Don't get me wrong. Not all this huggy-feely stuff. Remember, I'm still the one that carries a gun. But there is nothing wrong with having grace in you and trying to understand. That's not to say you put your head on the chopping block. It's just you try to understand a little bit. Anyway, guys, that's just something that just kind of hit me. And I thought, well, Darren, that was a test and you failed it. I hate these pop tests. I'm not good at them. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap it up. I hope you guys have had a wonderful, fantastic Thanksgiving and holiday with your family and your friends. I'm over here getting truckloads of junk that I did not think I could live without, but it turns out I can't live without. I hope you are around the stuff that you can't live without. And I mean people. Take care of them.